This is session 3 of God with us. God is with us, but sometimes we have to stand firm on that truth when the circumstances don't look like it. Today I want to go back to the Old Testament and a story in the first book of 2 Kings. The kingdom of the Jewish people had been divided into two. There was Israel in the north and Judah to the south. Now Israel had been overrun by Assyria and the people had been scattered all over the place in different parts of the kingdom. Judah was the next, and already the Assyrians had attacked all the fortified cities of Judah. The only one left was Jerusalem itself. So King Hezekiah sent a message to the king of the Assyrians and offered him, "I'll pay whatever you want if you will withdraw." And so the king of Assyria took all the silver from the temple, the gold leaf that was decorating the temple, but he didn't withdraw. In fact, he said to Hezekiah, "You are foolish, thinking that your God will deliver you." And so the commander of the Assyrian army called out to the people on the walls of Jerusalem, and he spoke Hebrew so they'd all understand. And he said this, "Do not listen to Hezekiah. He is misleading you when he says, 'The Lord will deliver us.'" So Hezekiah sent for the prophet Isaiah and sought his counsel. And Isaiah said this, "Do not be afraid of what you've heard. These words, with which the underling of the king of Assyria has blasphemed me, listen. When he hears a certain report, I'll make him want to return to his own country, and there we'll have him cut down by the sword." Isaiah wrote this in a letter to Hezekiah. So Hezekiah took the letter, went into the presence of God, and prayed about it all. Now here he is. He's surrounded by a mighty army which has conquered everything around him. He's the last remaining town. He's under siege. In human terms, his circumstances were impossible. But Isaiah sent back a message saying this. God had heard his prayer, and he says this, "He will not enter the city or shoot an arrow here. He will not come before it with shield or build a ramp against it. By the way he came, he will return. He will not enter the city. I will defend this city and save it, for my sake and for the sake of David my servant." So there's the promise of God. He was there for Hezekiah and there for the people of Jerusalem. And God was about to show that his words were true in a fairly dramatic way. During the night, an angel went through the camp of the Assyrians and put to death 185,000 of the soldiers. When the others awoke and saw the devastation around them, they couldn't get back to Nineveh fast enough. And the king of Assyria was then assassinated by 2 of his own sons. Hezekiah could so easily have given up in the presence and the pressure of the circumstances, but he chose to put himself in the hands of God, to believe what God had said. There are times when we can feel like all is hopeless. There's no way out. And to stand firm on the truth that God is right there with us can be very difficult. But it is the truth. Whatever our situation, he is there for us. His answer may not be as dramatic as the one that Hezekiah got, and we may need the patience and the persistence of Hannah, but the truth remains that God is there for us.
Fear not, for I am with you. Fear not, for I am with you. Fear not, for I am with you, says the Lord. Fear not, for I am with you. Fear not, for I am with you. Fear not, for I am with you, says the Lord. I have believed you, I have called you by name. God, you are mine. When you walk through the waters, I will be there. And through the flame, you'll not know where you be drowned. You'll not know where you be loved. For I am with you. Fear not, for I am with you. Fear not, for